It's like I said. Like I said. It's like I said. Do you like my tail? Like I said.
Welcome back to Iron Rage, the show where Lee Priest and I vent our frustrations with the world. And today, Lee's going to be venting his frustrations with Shawn Ray because Shawn Ray was on Patrick Bet David. A lot of people have been talking about his criticism of Chad Nichols, but he actually had something to say about you as well. What did you take offense at?
When does I never take offense to Shawn, but Patrick, showed a picture. He goes, thoughts on Lee Priest, and he goes, why does Lee hate you so much? And this is the thing I've always said. Shawn is a bodybuilder, fantastic bodybuilder. Could have won the Olympia maybe 2 times or something. And have you ever noticed when the other guys are on Patrick's show, all of them flex, and I think Ronnie and them, when they ask about Shawn, they say great bodybuilder as a person. They either don't comment or they just laugh. So that tells you something. But he said that he reckons my hatred of him was because he dated one of my ex-girlfriends. And the girl he's talking about, I dated when I first went there in 93, 94. I didn't even know Shawn had dated her till probably 98, because I used to go to North Carolina. And my friend Eric worked for Europa, and I've been there a few times. And one year they had Shawn out, and Eric was taking Shawn around, and he asked, who have you had here before? He said, Lee Priest. He goes, oh, does Lee talk shit about me? And my friend Eric's like, no, Lee doesn't even mention your name. Why would he? Oh, because I used to date one of his exes and stuff. It's like news flash, Shawn. The girl had guys before me. She had guys long after me. I don't have an ego where I worry about. They're an ex for a reason. But remember, Shawn, you were with her after me. So how's my cock taste, motherfucker?
You're terrible. Somehow I knew that was coming.
Then he says, I need to find myself, or I have something wrong because I draw all over myself. I didn't know that getting tattoos made you have some sort of psychological problem. And then he said something about him being my competition. That's why, I would mention him because he was competition or something. Look, I never had competition in bodybuilding. My competition was myself. As long as I came in 100%, that's all I could do. I never looked to see who was in a show. I never cared what condition somebody was in before a show and how they looked, because that's what happened. Shawn has done. Then he actually commented back on Samir's post last night, going, something about, hi Lee, something, sorry about your girl. Again, he needs to get over it himself. But
he's still bringing it up about the girl. Well, you want to mention who the girl is?
It was Laurie Donnelly.
Laurie Donnelly, right?
Yes, I think she was with, after me, she was with one of the Phillips brothers from EAS and stuff like that. So.
Oh, she dated one of those guys?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But this is Shawn's reasoning to why I dislike him.
Right.
Now, I just dislike Shawn. My dislike of Shawn didn't start to probably the mid-2000s when he started talking shit about me, like he talks shit about everybody else. And the thing is, you'll never find me coming out dissing Shawn straight out. I only diss Shawn when somebody goes, Lee, have you seen what Shawn said about anyone in general? Because, like you asked me today about Cullum, which we can bring up later, but I don't really follow the bullshit that goes on. I only find out when someone mentions my name, when someone shares a link or shows me, because I don't care. But as you said, with someone trying to find themselves, drawing all over themselves, I do not find that correct. I find a man who is meant to be Christian, who is happily married with children, but needs to go around cheating, is the man who is lost. So, Dave, now, Dave, I know you won't give them to me, but where are those text messages you got sent by that woman who admitted to having an affair with Shawn Ray for 2 years? Are you gonna deny you got those text messages?
No comment. No comment.
Dave, now come on. When we brought this up before, did someone...
Like I said.
And Dave, I've got to ask a question. Why will you not send me those text messages? So I think
let's talk about Laurie Donnelly for a second. How'd you meet Laurie Donnelly?
Are you changing the subject now, Dave? Because you had
I'm going back to. I got to get the whole story out though first.
Well, I'm giving you the story about how he had an affair with this girl for 2 years, and she sent you the messages, and you won't give them to me.
I don't know what you're talking about. What? Laurie Donnelly. Where'd you meet her, Lee?
I met her when I did a photo shoot with Irvin Gelb. That's how I met her, and then. Yeah, I think we dated for almost 2 years or so, but then after that, once we broke up, like I said, they're an ex for a reason, so that has nothing to do with it.
Why did you guys break up? Because you guys were like a cute little couple. I used to see you holding hands walking down, the street in Hampton there. going to the
It
gym?
was nice, but then, like I said, I love bodybuilding and, love, going meeting fiends and stuff. But, yes, that's what I did. But then once I'm not in the gym or if I wasn't at a contest, I enjoyed other life. And it was the same, similar with Adela and that. It's almost like they're on show 24/7 trying to be this person or live up to an image or whatever. And, me, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. If it's off season, it's off season.
Right.
I'll get fat, I'll do whatever. But them, it had to be a certain way. I remember when we're out sometimes places and people ask for a photo, Adele will get upset and go, "Oh, hi, I'm somebody too. I've won the fitness Olympia."
Oh, it's like they were a competition almost going between.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't get that. It's like, who gives a fuck? We're just people in general who go to a gym. We compete every now and then.
Right.
So I just, when get with people and then I'd date a girl who was into the gym. They'd be like, "Lee, I expect you to date someone who's in the gym scene." My wife Rachel says it now. "Oh, why would you want to be with me? You can get all these gorgeous girls." I said, "Look, been there, done that. It ain't fucking worth it." For me, Rachel's more gorgeous than any of them because, okay, they have the fake titties, which I'm not a titty man, and all the lips and shit done, but, beauty's fucking skin deep, trust me. So, I'm not into that type of shit, Give me a nice, normal girl that has life outside. It's like friends in bodybuilding. I never hung around a lot of pros. Paul lived with me, and even when Paul lived with me, we never talked about training. We never talked about drugs. I had a couple of friends who I distanced myself from because, you get those people that 24/7 talk about training and drugs and what they're eating. Yeah. It's like, just drives you fucking mad. Look, go to the gym, do what you got to do. But once you leave the gym, there's fucking more to life out there. So fucking go live your fucking life.
Well, you were generally...
Back to that thing, Dave. When are you going to send me those text messages you got?
Generally, you seem to be more balanced, though, than most people. Although people think you're way unbalanced,
Which is weird, isn't it? People think I'm way out there. Because I come across on these silly things, doing certain stuff. I'm crazy. It's like, you look at somebody like Howard Stern, you watch him on his radio show, you think the guy's a kook, but in his normal life, he's a very smart man. He's, a family man. He's this, he's that. So, it's just, it's one of those things, it's just different. Also, Shawn Ray did say, "Oh, Lee, too, if you hate me so much, why is it when you see me in public, you never say anything?" And this is why, like I told him, you have the problem with me, Shawn. So it's up to you to say something to me. So when you do see me, Shawn, say something to me in public, and then you will get a response. I'm not saying what it is, but we know that little bitch would call the police in fucking 10 minutes if you fucking put a hand on him, so...
You're more of a verbal assaulter anyway than a physical assault. I don't think you guys would ever fight. You probably would get into a verbal argument.
I would if pushed, but I'm the type of person. A couple of times I have, things normally get broken and shit goes bad because I've got a really high. You can do whatever, call me names, just whatever. But I'll finally get to a point when I snap, and if I do snap, because I don't normally get there, I let it all out when I do snap.
Oh, you do.
So
just make sure I'm filming. Make sure the camera's rolling when you do it.
It could be like, okay, Shawn's just pissed me off, but as well as Shawn pissing me off, the guy that cut me off a month ago, the one that was rude to me.
Oh, it all built up, in other words.
All that stuff I built up. Once I let it out, I got to let it all out.
Now, speaking of controversy, there was I haven't really followed the story that closely, so I'm not going to give details, but supposedly Callum Van Moger got supposedly knocked up some girl. Initially he denied it, and now I think he's embracing it or whatever. But do you think that and Kenny KO exposed the whole thing on his channel? Do you think that the people's personal lives with kids and stuff like that? I think that should almost be immune, from these bodybuilding channels.
It's no one else's business. It's between him and the girl. It's like if he. Sure, I'll bring up Shawn's cheating personal life because he brings up my. Being mentally this, and then another time he said I was a drug addict living on the street. So if we want to get personal with Shawn, I'll get personal. But someone like Callum, if someone has a baby and he says it's not his and she says it is, we don't need to know. How does that benefit us in any way? It's like we don't give a shit. That's between them two. Let them sort it out. They can get a DNA test, go to the courts and do whatever. It's like, why air their dirty laundry? Kenny KO is always this, I'm exposing this for the first time. I'm exposing this, exposing that. I'm sure Kenny's got a lot of skeletons hanging in his fucking closet there that no one's exposing because you know why? No one really gives a fuck. That's why, because that's it. We're still questioning that 20-odd pounds he put on in fucking 20, 30 days, whatever the fuck it was.
But, by the way, people loved your rant on that Generation Iron movie about Tony Huge. I got a lot of good feedback from that. People agreed with you.
Crazy. Yeah, but things like, the thing with Callum, it's like, he says it isn't. I'm just amazed that if he did get a girl pregnant, meaning he had sex, that, normally when Callum does something, he gets injured, so I'm surprised he didn't fucking sprain his cock or something.
He didn't break his penis or something like that, right?
Yeah. Or like holding himself up when he comes, like, he didn't fucking tear his peck or something. Oh, fuck.
I have a client who broke his penis having sex. He literally, the girl landed on it and broke it.
Yeah, I've heard that. Like, even though there's no bone, it can sort of bend and snap and swell up. And
well, what happens is the cavernosa, the corpus cavernosa blood vessels can, when they're erect, can break, and it's like you start bleeding out, and the thing starts swelling, and blood comes out and shit.
Is it constantly bent like that now? So
I think they fixed it on the guy. Luckily, he was okay, but yeah, it could be. It could change the shape of the thing.
Well, if it was bent like that, it'd be pretty good, because if you had an ugly girl, you could fuck her around the corner and not have to look at her.
I always felt bad for guys that you ever see these. Sometimes you see these porn movies. These guys have penises that like deviated to the right or to the left. I'm like, I feel. I'm like, well, I don't know. It's kind of messed up if you're not straight,
Maybe when it goes in, it's straight. Who knows? The girls who do the quaggles, whatever they're fucking called, they're fucking
Kegels, yeah, quaggles.
Kegels? What the fuck? Maybe it tightens it up when it goes in, but who knows?
That as a guy, luckily I don't have any deformities down there, but as a guy, that's got to be the worst thing that's deformed. I mean, like sometimes guys have big, huge, penal. The head of the penis is messed up, or it's misshapen, or it's too small or too big. I mean, that's like the most embarrassing thing I think as a guy, right?
Same for a woman. Some of them look like a fucking Philly steak ham sandwich with the meat hanging out. So it's like, some are big and open, some are tight and small like this. Some have got, like I said, the meat fucking dog ears hanging out, fucking beagle ears. But
you can fix that nowadays, Lee, right? People do surgeries now. They go for plastic surgery to get the labias trimmed down and all that stuff.
Oh, that's like...
They get their assholes bleached.
Yeah, it's like, who's going that far into it? Just turn the fucking lights off. It's like Jesus. Keep the sheets pulled up. It's like, you can probably fucking get some of those girls and go, but
think about there's so much more pressure on guys, when having sex, because you have to be able to get an erection. Then you have to, if you don't look right down there, you have to worry that the girl's going to make fun of you, so I think guys have a lot more stress about, because I get a million questions about guys. Everyone wants Cialis and Viagra, and what can I take I said, how come you can't have sex? You're on fucking 1,000 milligrams of test a week. How much more help do you need?
And face it, guys, when you're with a girl, she's always going to lie to you and say, yours is just perfect, it's the best ever, no one's ever felt like you, blah, blah, blah.
Until they break up with you, right, Lee?
I've had big ones before. They hurt. I don't like them. And as soon as you break up, he's got a small cock. Fucking dickhead, couldn't fuck. Blah blah blah. So, no. It's like, you couldn't have fucked. My cock wasn't small. You just had a big fucking hole. That's what it was. So shut up. It's like, then get the ones too. What about the girls that you get and you say you've been with them for a while? Even you might get married and they say they love you, they're the love of their life, and you say to them, let's have anal sex, and they go, no, I don't do that. It hurts. Oh, hold on. Let's back up here. I'm the love of your life. You love me the most, but you let some douchebag do it and try it and hurt you, but now you won't give me a go, and we're meant to be in love and shit like that, but you let somebody else tear your ass up? Like, oh, yeah. What about you get the ones too that cheat and shit, but it's like, you can do whatever, do with this and do that, but you can't kiss them because that's personal. But you can fuck them in the ass, come in their pussy, come in their mouth, but don't kiss me because kissing's personal. Jesus Christ. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, trust me, I'd rather someone just fucking not come in your mouth personally. I find that a bit more personal than actually kissing.
But you're right. There's different rules for like when you're married, or the girl you're gonna marry versus like the girl you just kind of having messing around with. Why is that?
Because the thing is, actually leading up to the marriage, when there's a girlfriend or the fiance, you might be getting anal then, but when they get married, well, I didn't really like it. I just did it for you. Because once they got that ring, once they got the ring on the finger, you're fucked. It's like anything. It's like women complaining about the pay gap. they got the best pay gap ever, that fucking gap between their legs. They're getting paid cha-ching all the fucking time. It's like, go to a bar. You know, women say, I want a guy that's got a sense of humour. We don't go by looks, it's personality. Sure. That fat, ugly guy at the end of the bar who's probably got the best personality in the world will treat you right. You won't even give him a chance because you're going off looks. You see fucking Mr. fucking Bob walk in who just got out of a nice Ferrari dressed in a business suit. You know, oh, Bob's getting fucking laid tonight from this little whore because he's got fucking money. She's looking into the future. Oh, I could have kids with him. If I have kids and we even get divorced, that half of that Ferrari's fucking mine now and shit like that. This is like true stories. I used to go to the Olympia in Vegas. You know, sometimes, I think one year they had the Sexpo thing on at the same time that the fucking, I think one year there was like a gay convention, there was a Sexpo thing on, and the Olympia weekend. So, you know, 3 fucking freak shows all at the same weekend. And there were some prostitutes there, and there were some fitness girls going, oh my God, imagine doing that for a living. What whores? And then I'm thinking, like, I know for a fact that one of these fitness girls is fucking guys just to get on covers of magazines or get a free meal at the fucking firehouse. Now, here we've got a fucking prostitute over here who's fucking, I knew a couple of them once. They're in their early 30s. They own 3 homes, got fucking cars and shit. So I'm thinking, if you got it, why give it away for free? Fucking use it. But here you are at a fucking fitness expo.
For a trophy.
Going to the after party, seeing he can bang for a free tub of fucking protein. So who's the real slut here? So shut the fuck up. Look, I'll admit it. If I was a pretty girl, I'd be the fucking biggest slut out there using that fucking thing. It's like, you're not going to give it away for free, are you, Dave? You may as well fucking get paid for it. Why not? Like,
so do you think prostitution should be illegal?
Yeah. I know it is here when you go to certain places. Why not? You got girls that complain about it, but yet every weekend they're at the bar taking some different guy home after a few drinks. So why not get paid for it? If you got it, use it. And it's like, the thing is too, it's like, I've never been one of these people where, you know, if guys sleep with heaps of girls and that, it's like, oh, pat on the back, good. If a girl does it, she's a slut. I don't think that. If a girl wants to sleep with a ton of guys, why not? Maybe she's horny, she enjoys sex. And then I really hate when you finally get with a girl and you meet them and it's like, yeah, I haven't been with anyone for a long time. And you say, how long? They're like, 6 months, 4 months. It's always 4 months or fucking 6 months or 2 months. Look, be honest. Say you got laid yesterday. It's like, you know, we don't care. Don't take us into the room the next day and that night you're having sex and you're like, oh my God, you're so wet. And she's like, yes, because you just turned me on so much. No, that's not fucking Bob Seaman the night before. Don't fucking lie to me. It's like, just be honest. That's all we want. We just want honesty. It's like, you know. It's just...
Is that what Shawn Ray experienced after when he was with Lori Donnelly?
Probably. He's probably going for some of my DNA down there or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, who knows what, you know. But
Are you going to be at the Arnold Classic?
He better hope I'm not crazy and a drug user, because if he's with my exes, you know, maybe he got something from me. So
That's right. Are you going to be at the Arnold Classic next month or no?
No, I will not be there. Next time I'll be in the States will be for Muscle Beach in May, and then doing the David show interview, and then I'll be back. Well, not in America, but I'll be in Canada in June, that sort of thing. So yeah, but
so what you're doing, Patrick Bet David? What, in May?
Yeah, I think I got an email saying maybe on the 28th. 28th for May. I'm actually looking forward to it. I saw he had a picture of Chad Nichols up there, so I'm interested to see Chad Nichols' rebuttal to Shawn Ray calling him Dr. Gavorkian and everyone he touches died and blah, blah.
What do you think Chad will say?
I think Chad's going to be honest, and I'm sure Chad knows plenty of stories about Shawn. So
you think it's going to turn into a dirty match?
It'd be hard to say, because, you know, he's throwing accusations out there saying, you know, Chad killed him and this and that.
Yeah.
Look, you know me when it comes to gurus, like with Hani, he gave me heaps of drugs to take, a list of 8 different drugs, and I never did it, so because that was my choice. But there are some people where the gurus give them the drugs, and I'm thinking, what the fuck does Hani know about drugs? Why are you telling me to take all this shit, you know? This is one thing I agreed about Shawn with. I'm like Shawn, I've never read any of those steroid Bibles, I've never read this. I knew what worked for me, Deca or Dianabol or this or that. I couldn't tell you what combinations work with combinations and blah, blah, blah. I just used what worked for me. So in that aspect of Shawn, I never had a guru, I just did it myself, and that's how I found out what worked for me. So when you get these people who go to someone like Chad, or if they go to Hani, or if they go to somebody else and they say, take all these drugs. If you take them, that's on you. I'm not forcing you
That's
to.
what
I'm just saying,
I said the
hey,
same thing. You got to take responsibility for yourself, I think.
exactly. It's like these people that go to McDonald's and blame McDonald's for being fucking fat. McDonald's ain't cramming it down your fucking throat. You made the choice to go there. It's like Wendy's. I remember when I lived in the States. Wendy's would make just plain baked potatoes. Look, I go to McDonald's every day, but when I go there, I just have the single eggs and a plain muffin with strawberry jam on it. I'm not eating the Big Mac. So pretty much whatever restaurant you go to, you can make choices. So
absolutely, you can eat healthy at any restaurant. I say it all the time.
Exactly, but now that's why I hate. Now they're trying to bring. I know England has it. I don't think America has it, but now they're trying to bring the sugar tax into Australia, where food or drinks that are high in sugar, they're going to put a higher tax on them because that'll make people stop buying them. It's like they raise the tax on
just like cigarettes, right?
Yeah, they keep raising the tax on that. And there's the thing I hate there. Here we have millions and millions spent every year on government commercials saying don't smoke, don't smoke. It's got the father. There's one ad, they play it all the time. The kids are in the yard playing, dad's in the wheelchair. Fucking breathe an oxygen bottle saying how bad cigarettes are causing cancer. At the bottom, paid for by the government. But you're the cunt selling the cigarettes because you're making so much money from them. So don't be fucking hypocrites saying whatever. It's like if you brought out a protein powder that killed that many people, it'd be taken off the shelves like that.
Think about it, Lee. Why doesn't the government just sell steroids in the pharmacy and put a tax on that? I'm sure most bodybuilders wouldn't mind paying a huge tax, right?
Well, they're slowly seeing, the thing with marijuana. They're slowly bringing that out and making it legal and stuff. It's like, to me, it's like, just if you made any drug legal, it comes down to, as I said again, responsibility. If you're going to drink, you're going to drink. I don't drink, so it doesn't bother me. I don't smoke, so it doesn't bother me. But look, if cocaine was legal or heroin was legal, not everyone's going to go out and do it. The ones that are doing it, if they kill themselves, oh well, too bad. It's like the people that drink. There's so many deaths from drink driving every year, families broken up, alcohol abuse, blah, blah, blah. But these are two of the worst things out there, cigarette and alcohol, that are legal because it makes so much money. So don't put a TV ad on saying you're worried about our fucking health when you're the one out there selling the shit to people. So it's just all fucking bullshit.
Imagine you walk into Gold's Gym Venice and you got like on the shelf in this pro shop, you got like Dianabol, you got Deca, you got Trenbolone, testosterone.
Well, imagine if it was legal, you'd probably get less problems in the long run because if you could make it like the old days, you could go to your doctor. The doctor would give you the actual shit that's not made in someone's bathtub. That's not
and it would work.
Contaminated. You're not scared to go to your doctor. The doctor knows exactly what he's given you. He can check your bloods. He can check your heart. You'd have less problems all fucking around. The same as, okay, if you've got someone that's addicted to fucking heroin, let them go to some drug clinic and have a fucking shot so they're not shooting up in an alleyway or whatever. But also educate them on maybe trying to get them off the drug and not just giving it to them. So, and then imagine the black market would be fucking cut down like that type of thing. There'd be no one robbing people or trying to kill people over drugs or people on street corners and shit. Because how long is this? We can go back to Reagan, even back to him where he was doing the big war on drugs. Guess what? If there's a war on drugs are fucking winning. They're winning. They're going to keep on winning. Nothing has fucking changed. So it's like.
But the government can make money off of it too because they'll tax it. I mean, it's a win-win. You'll end half the crime that's out there. I mean, because think about how many people are in jail because of steroids and marijuana and cocaine and heroin and crack. You would clean the jails out, but they don't want to do that because they make money on the jails.
Go back to those fucking, back to when it was Nicaragua and all these other places, and that when the CIA was the one putting the fucking cocaine on the streets and shit in some of the poor areas and stuff like that, making money. So it's like, they just need to fucking legalize it all, and like people are going to use it where they're going to use it. No one's forcing you to. But them saying, but if we legalize it, that was like when I think it was in Ireland for a while when they wouldn't have fucking condoms in the schools and that because they said that's like letting the kids go ahead and have sex. Guess what? The kids are having sex anyway. If they're going to have sex, at least give them a fucking protection so they're not going to get pregnant or get diseases. So this whole, if we legalise it, everyone's going to use it. No, they're not. There's people that are using it will use it. Not everyone's going to go still use it. So it just, as you said, gets rid of half the crime and get people out of jail. And as I said, these big guys that are the kingpins of the cocaine, and then they never get caught. It's that little guy on the corner who's trying to make a few extra bucks to keep his street light on and put food on the family table, and they get the little people occasionally, we just caught a big shipment of this much cocaine at the fucking wharf that was coming inside pianos. We caught 100 kilos. Yeah, that's 100 kilos when another fucking 100,000 just came around in through the back door. So It's like I said, the war on drugs, it's not working. So they've got to sit down and really fucking look at it and change whatever plan they have. Because I remember Reagan talking about the war on drugs, and nothing's changed. If not, it's got worse. More people are taking it. And like I said, this whole thing, as soon as you make it illegal, the whole black market thing blows up.
Of course. Look at the prohibition with alcohol and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's the business model right there.
Then they finally got smart and went, you know what, wait a minute, we can make money from this.
Yeah.
And look, no matter what drugs out there, I got friends that work in the hospitals on the weekends, and they will tell you on the weekends, the majority of people that come in is alcohol related, not fucking drugs, not ice, not crack, not heroin, fucking alcohol abuse and people in car accidents from alcohol or people fighting from alcohol and stuff like that. And then you get the other hospitals where they say, you know, yes, but they make a lot of money from tax from cigarettes. But then I really have to think, okay, we have that like medical system here where pretty much everyone's covered. So if you have cancer or lung type of disease or influenza or whatever you fucking get from smoking related, how much is it really costing the government to fucking help and fix people compared to what they fucking make from it? So they're probably,
Yeah, I think all the drugs should be legalized.
But all I can say is with all these cigarettes and alcohol and shit and whatever's going on in the world, Dave, when are you going to send me those text messages?
Well, next week we're going to have a special guest, Lori Donnelly, on the show, and we're going to find out who is better, Lee or Shawn, right?
Well, you have to remember now, I didn't say this. This is from Paul Dillette's mouth when he used to talk about Shawn, and he'd sit there, son, he'd call me son, he goes, Shawn's not black. He's not black. He goes, I've seen him with no clothes on. He's an embarrassment to the black man. He's not black. So whatever that meant, take that as you fucking want and mean it.
And on that note, until next week, I'm Dave Palumbo with Lee Priest for another installment of Iron Rage.
Where's the text messages, Dave? Where are they?